I was the memorial's first employee in 1996. I've been here ever since. Executive Director of the museum and memorial. Race Director for the Memorial Marathon. I've watched this place grow into something the entire country looks to. People ask what kept me here 30 years. I always say it's the calling. Teaching the next generation about the senselessness of violence. That's the work. I think about that phrase a lot, actually. Senseless. McVeigh's truck. That was senseless. Whereas the things this country has done abroad, the interventions, the strategic engagements, those have always had a logic behind them, an objective, even when it's hard for ordinary people to see it. I don't say that publicly very often, but there's a difference between violence that erupts and action that's planned for a reason. I think the museum helps people understand that distinction without ever stating it outright. It's also, structurally, an incredible piece of civic infrastructure. The marathon alone, the branding, the sponsorships, the hotel nights it generates downtown, it's a real driver. I sit on the Convention and Visitors Commission too. MAPS 3, Scissortail. MAPS 4, Clara Luper. There's a real synergy between honoring this story and building the broader visitor economy. I don't think there's any tension there at all. I gave the folks from Newmark Robinson Park a tour last month. Commercial real estate group, they do a lot for the community. They were very moved. Sent over a tote bag and a quarter zip after, which I thought was sweet. I still wear it. People don't realize how much relationship building goes into running a place like this. The memorial doesn't run on grief alone. It runs on relationships. You look at a tragedy, and a normal person just sees the horror. The insulation melting into open wounds, the children crushed under thousands of pounds of pulverized concrete, the smell of cordite and burning hair. But a city requires a different kind of vision. You have to look at that smoke and see an opportunity for civic alignment. You have to look at a crater and see a foundation for a world-class tourism asset. Left to themselves, the public is just a chaotic mass of raw, volatile impulses. If you don't give people a regulated channel for their grief, it curdles into resentment, and resentment is bad for a downtown. That's why the architecture matters so much. Look at the Thunder Championship Parade last year. Hundreds of thousands of people flooding the grid downtown, all that energy in one place, completely unmanaged. But look at how the physical space disciplined them. We have a photo in the gift shop now. Shay on the float with his arms out, passing right by the 903 gate. Cardboard backing, plastic sleeve. It funds the new wing. You take a mass of screaming fans, route them past a mass grave, and their energy gets scrubbed and folded right back into the brand of the city before anyone even notices what happened to it. People want the version with a gift shop attached. They don't really want to look at what's underneath. And honestly, you can't blame them. Grief left alone doesn't stay quiet. It needs somewhere to go, or it goes somewhere you don't want. That's the part people forget when they criticize the marathon, the sponsorships, the gate. We're not selling the tragedy. We're giving people a place to put it down. I think about April of '95 a lot. For a few months, people in this city looked at each other like human beings. We shared something real. I was there for that. And I've spent 30 years trying to give that feeling a shape. A 501c3, a marathon route, a board structure, a line item in the tourism budget. We took the raw, screaming grief of hundreds of families. We hosed the blood off it. We packaged it, and we used it as the foundational marketing campaign for the new Oklahoma City. Some people say we took the worst thing that ever happened here and turned it into the blueprint for everything that came after. The TIF districts, the chamber's grip on the budget, the whole machinery we built downtown in the 20 years since. I understand why people say that. I just don't think it's fair to call it backsliding. We didn't go back to anything. We built something entirely new on top of it. The bricks are real. The names are real. The Gallery of Honor is real. Every dollar of sponsorship pays for the upkeep of those chairs. We turned pulverized bone into a sustainable revenue model that funds downtown redevelopment. We took a liability and optimized it into a permanent asset of public discipline. I sleep fine. Carrie Watkins, Executive Director, OKC National Memorial and Museum since 1996. Race Director, Memorial Marathon. Vice Chair, OKC Convention and Visitors Commission. MAPS 3 Scissortail Park Subcommittee. MAPS 4, Clara Luper Civil Rights Center, Elder Crossings.